PPT, right?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, okay, then fine. This is the path of certifications, which most of the people don't say. First thing we need to, this is the optional part. This is the Azure fundamentals, which we are going to teach. And the second, after completion of this, we can choose any one. Azure one, AZ104 is for Azure Administrator. These are the mandatory things. These two are the Azure Administrator. If you want to go to the developer side, you can go to Azure Developer. It is called AZ204. And the other thing is that after these both are the mandatory to do any of these certification like Azure Solution Architect or Azure DevOps Engineer. The thing which we cover in this course is that AZ900, AZ104 and AZ400. This is regarding this Azure, this normal administration side and DevOps side. The other part here which you can see, this DP900, it is regarding the data. If you want to go to the data side, you can choose any of this path. DP203 for Azure Data Engineer. For this, you require SQL and Python knowledge and Spark. And this is Data Analyst. And this is Azure Data Scientist. And this is Azure Database Administrator. But the prerequisite knowledge for AZ900, AZ104, and AZ400 is just you need to know a little bit of Linux commands, some basic commands. And the other thing which we would like to mention is that those who are the freshers, we can get a voucher from our companies they provide for Microsoft certification. Those who don't know, you can contact your seniors so that they can help you on how to write this, how to attend this exam without paying any fee. Generally, if you want to take any certification, it costs around 5,000 for each certification, and each certification is valid for only 1 year. The things which I am marking is the path which we are covering, which we are going to cover in this course. Do you guys have any doubt on this?
Yeah, Vamsi, I think you AZ 204 is not being told here, or
Yeah. AZ204 is not covered here. Why? Because it's the development side, and most of the people need to have the little bit of coding background, and we can't tell everything from the scratch for Azure developer. For this, we can cover. Mostly,
okay.
everyone can learn easily all these three parts.
Okay.
Even that which I have mentioned, that Linux basics is also not mandatory, but we can cover that. No issues with it.
Okay, Vamsi.
Any other question regarding this? Okay, then I'll take it as a no. Another thing which I mentioned is that you can get the vouchers. I think mostly each company provide this Microsoft certification voucher, so you can avail that. Okay, guys, then I'll continue with the today class. Today, which we are covering is some basic terms of the cloud. Most of the things will be on basics today. The first thing of the basic terms which we required for the cloud is this availability. This is also called as high availability. So I will explain this with an example. Let me tell you an example now. Yeah. I think you know that 2 days back we have a crash of WhatsApp. Have you guys know about it? That for 2 hours we are not able to send messages to each other, and there is no incoming or outgoing messages. Do you guys know about it?
Yes.
Yes. The main reason for is that maybe there may be an issue with the server side, or there may be the number of people accessing the messaging platform. So if we face the same issue again and again, what we will do? We'll uninstall the WhatsApp and we'll go for the other thing, which application where we can send, which will be available all the time, where we can use it for sending messages and chatting and for video calls, right? Same thing is called availability. Why? Because most of the time the application need to be available for us. Hence it is called highly available. If you can see this. And the other thing is the scalability. Suppose let us consider an Amazon India Great India Festival. There, most of the people, number of users may increase for that Great India Festival. So they will host the application on some of the servers. So if there is more, suppose if a server can, just I'll show you that with an painting. Just consider this an Amazon Amazon application. Just think that there are number of users using this. Suppose you consider there are some 10 servers, they can handle only thousand requests. They can handle only, just consider this Amazon application, they can handle only thousand users. Suppose on the Great Indian Festival day there may be more traffic to this Amazon application. The underlying server which is hosting this Amazon application, they can't bear it and they get crash. If the application get crash, Amazon may lose thousands of crores, sorry, hundreds of millions of money. So what they will do is that there is an option called scaling option where we can just increase the number of servers on which the application is hosting. It can be done automatically in cloud. Most of the cloud provide this service. But if you want to do it on the on-prem, what will happen is that we need to put more extra effort. We need to buy new servers. We need to buy new all the infrastructure. We need to buy. We need to buy the new plugs. We need to buy the network. We need the maintenance, and we need other guys who control them. And we need to hire the security persons, cyber security persons for security of the servers. So, but in the cloud, there is an option of called scalability where we can increase the servers automatically. There is an option in Azure which is called as VMSS, that is called as Virtual Machine Scale Set, where we can find where we can give the CPU percentage. If suppose we are hosting an Amazon application on two VMs, where we can enable some criteria. Suppose if the CPUs of both the VMs got exceeded more than 75%, a new machine must be created on these days. Suppose on the normal day we'll have the normal number of users. So with on that normal day, the VM which we created extra, we don't need that VM. So what will happen? We'll give the other criteria with the same VMSs. That for 25%, if there is less than 25% of CPU usage, the one VM need to get deleted. So again, we'll have the two VMs on which the application get hosted. And the elasticity. Elasticity is the capability of the system to scale up and scale down depending on the needs. Depending upon our needs, which I mentioned earlier, it is the same thing. Elasticity is also where it can automatically create and automatically reduce the number of machines. Fault tolerance. Fault tolerance is like the let me example. Fault tolerance is that suppose you are hosting an application here. Suppose consider this as India. What will happen is that if there is any failure, if there is some any earthquake or any tsunami or some kind of things or any power outage or anything, if there is anything happen to India, what will happen? The Amazon app which was hosted in India, we were not able to access it. So what will happen in the fault tolerance is that when there is any kind of failure, automatically in the second region, then replica of the same thing will be get created and the users can access it. The replica of this same thing will be happened here, and the users can access from through this replica. Now the users can be accessible to the Amazon application. And the other thing, virtualization. What is this virtualization? Simple example. Suppose you have an Suppose you have your VM, sorry, you have your laptop. On this,
Vamsi, I have a doubt.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, previously you are telling fault domain. What is
Fault
the difference
tolerance.
between fault domain and update domain?
No, no, it is not fault domain and update domain. It is fault tolerance. Fault domain and update domain, the concept which we'll get in availability sets,
Okay, okay. Yeah.
which is depend on the number of servers and those things. And the thing
Okay.
which I am going to explain is that virtualization. Earlier, what will happen is that uh, see, suppose consider this as our laptop. Here we'll have only one OS. One OS will have a RAM and we'll have all the hardware required for our laptop. But what is the virtualization is that on this OS, what we can do, we can install a software in this virtualization software. On this software, after installing this software, using this our hardware, we can create number of machines under this. We can create the machines depending on our RAM capacity. The machine one here we can use different kinds of OS. Suppose if you are using Windows here, here we can use Ubuntu. This is the Linux flavor. So this is called virtualization software. It helped the IT industry a lot. And most of the first provider of virtualization is called VMware. It is an virtualization software provider. And the other things is that cloud provider hypervisor is software. That's the what we that which is used for perform this virtualization activity. So not virtualization is not a software; it's a term, and hypervisor is a software. And the other two terms which we required is the cloud provider and the cloud consumer. What is this cloud provider? Who provide the cloud services? We have AWS, we have Azure, which was provided by Microsoft. We have GCP, which was provided by Google, and the cloud consumer. We are the cloud consumers. Generally, we are the organizations. Anyone, mostly organizations will have direct interaction with the cloud providers. This is called cloud consumer. This is called SLA. SLA is called service level agreements. What is that what are the services provided by this cloud consumer? They'll have an agreement. Suppose if they provide the storage as service, they'll say at any case at any point of time 99.9% of service level agreement they will provide to us, that if any failure, if any that the storage will not get any issue with that 99.9%, it will be available all the time. That's what they provide. This is called service level agreements. And the next thing, what is this cloud computing? Cloud computing, as you know, earlier in the on-prem, we need to take care of all the infrastructure, all the security. We need to hire a maintenance guy. We need to do all the things. We need to do all the things. But now, within one click on the web, you can create all those things. The earlier example which I mentioned, what will happen in the company is that they will install a server on this. On this, they will install a virtualization software. Let us consider it as hypervisor, which Microsoft uses this. On this, we can create the number of machines, whichever OS we require. But now, All these things is taken care by the cloud provider. They will take care of this. We'll just log into our portal and just we'll create the VMs what are required for us. That is the benefit which we get from the cloud provider. Because of this, what will happen is that all the cost which we invest in this infrastructure will get reduced for us, and there will be no need for us to maintain the data centers for this. No need to put extra effort for us. For newly coming startup, this is helpful, pretty helpful for this. And all the services which I have mentioned here. Most of the things what we require is the compute and storage solutions. The compute and storage solution is for storing data. We need the storage solutions. For compute to host any application, we need the virtual machines and app services like that. And the cloud provider which I already mentioned earlier, the Microsoft provides Azure, Amazon provides AWS, Google provides GCP, Oracle provides Oracle Cloud. Yeah, do you have any doubts till now? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Vamsi.
Yeah, do you have any doubts?
Yes,
Okay.
you said virtualization, right?
Yeah, virtualization.
In the same machine, we can install multiple OS, or it's a different machines.
It will be different machine. We'll just install a software called hypervisor in our machine, and it will use all the hardware in our machine. Suppose if you have 8 GB RAM, you can create 4 machines with 2 GB RAM each. But we can't use any.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Suppose if I have a laptop with 8 GB RAM,
Okay,
using a virtualization software, basically I have a OS with Windows.
okay.
Using the virtualization software, can I install Ubuntu on the same machine?
You will not install. You will not use the same machine. On the top of your machine, you will install other machine. You will create other machine of it, other VM. What we'll call that VDI, right? Virtual desktop interface.
Okay,
Most of the companies provide this nowadays. Do you remember this?
got it.
Yeah. If you guys have any doubt, if you're not ready to speak, you can just post in the chat. Right. Okay, then I'm taking it as a no.
Okay, Vamsi, I
Yeah,
have a doubt here.
yeah, sure.
See, right now you are creating on the same machine, no, different VMs.
Yeah,
But if we require a restart of the main computer, means
okay.
at that time what will happen to the other users?
Generally, I
Means
have taken the example of the machine. Generally, we won't create on our laptop. We'll create on the servers.
yeah, in the on the server.
Yeah,
Okay, on the server only.
uh,
Suppose you created 4 users and
okay.
three
Four
users are
machines.
using it,
Four machines,
and
okay.
one user want to restart the server.
Restart the whole server or restart the only machine?
Restart the machine.
Restart the
Restart.
machine, he can perform that. No issues with that. If you restart the whole server, all the machines will not be available.
Okay, but see, when regarding us, when we restart one machine, it is closing all other users.
No, it won't close for all other users. It will close only for the your user. Suppose if you are using a VDI, if suppose consider you and me, we are working in the same company and they have provided the VDI to you and to me. Suppose if you close your VDI, will I not be able to access that my VDI?
Yeah, not previously we are facing the same issue. I don't
Maybe
know the configuration those things, but if one user is restarted, all other users are getting closed.
maybe on the server on the top of the server which will what to say which will control all the machines. Maybe that server he is getting restarted. I think because of that you are facing that issue.
Okay, okay, I don't know exactly
Yeah,
related
yeah.
to it, but
Even for the server also we can log in similarly as the VMs how we do.
okay,
Suppose if you take the suppose what are the databases which uses in the company, they will host on the VMs on the servers only. They will log into the
yeah,
server and they will create the database. That's all.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, yeah, okay, then fine. I'm continuing with the next part. And this is called the shared responsibility model. What will happen is that suppose if we consider the on-prem, what we'll do, we need to maintain everything. If there is any updates also, we need to do on our own. But what will happen with the cloud service provider is that there are different kinds of services. For each service, this responsibility model will come will change. Suppose if you can see here, if you can see here, this IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, these are called the services which each cloud provider provides this. For IaaS, we'll have different kind of shared responsibility model. For PaaS, it is different. For SaaS, it is different. I'll show you the clear picture of this. What the shared responsibility model which I'm saying is that suppose you consider this cloud provider, what he will do, he will take care of the power, he will take care of the cooling, he will take care of the network connectivity and the physical security. But the consumer will have the data. We want our data under our control. What are the information which we stored in the cloud? We want the security for that, right? So we'll use this. See here, this is the, if you can see this diagram for each services, suppose consider, see this on-prem. These are all the things which we need to manage on our own. Everything, all the data, all the network, all the hosts, all the applications, information, security, everything. But if you consider this, just see this IaaS. Here you can see, I'll explain the IaaS, PaaS and SaaS within 5 minutes. Here you can see here what will happen until the physical host, until the servers, Microsoft, suppose if you consider the Azure, Microsoft will manage this. They will provide all this, and on the top of that we will manage everything, the data, the applications, the updates regarding that OS also will take care of it, not Microsoft manages it. But if you consider as the PaaS, even OS will be under the Microsoft control. See here, even this will be under the control of Microsoft. So what we'll do is that even if there is any update to the OS, whenever the Microsoft provides, then it will get updated. We'll get a notification regarding that. That if there is any OS updation, Microsoft informs us, then they'll provide us. And even here also applications, we can manage both. The infrastructure underneath the suppose if to host any application, we need the underlying infrastructure, right? Like some compute infrastructure, we can have some responsibility on this. These are the things which you can see some different two colors. These are managed by both of us, both are by us and by Microsoft. Okay. And regarding the SaaS here only the information and data and the accounts which we have our control. I mean, like we need to manage all these things. Let me explain the SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS with an example. These are the things which you can see the IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, and consider this. Let me tell you with an pizza example. Suppose traditionally, consider that there is no McDonald's in India. Till then, if you want to eat pizza, you need to do everything. You need to buy everything: the tomato sauce, toppings, the gas, the dining table for eating, soda as part of with the pizza, oven, fire, and everything. Everything we need to prepare and we need to do. This is consider this as on-prem. But coming to IaaS, infrastructure as a service, in the market there are the things available as ready to make. Like if you consider that Maggie, it is ready to make, right? What we'll do, we'll just pour the water and we'll just add the masala and we'll just add the Maggie pieces in it. But here, if you consider the same, here you need to prepare everything, the Maggie and everything. Even the Maggie noodles also you need to prepare using maida. But here, what we'll do, we'll get the pizza dough and ready to make available in all the supermarkets. We'll just need to fire to heat that, and we just need a dining table and soda. Just consider this platform as a service. What we'll do, we have many applications like Zomato, Swiggy, everything. Even McDonald's have an application where we'll just by on the click we'll order them. We just need a dining table to eat it, and the soda as part complementary with that pizza. But here in the software as service, we'll just directly go to the McDonald's outlet. There we'll order the pizza and we'll get that. These are the IaaS, SaaS, PaaS examples. It is in the easy way. If you consider the if you can see the same thing here, we'll manage everything in this on-prem. But here, until virtualization, cloud manages this. But here we'll have only control on data and applications. But this part SaaS, we don't have anything control. We'll have limited control to the applications and data. Here it is showing as other managers, but we'll have limited control to this. Do you guys have any doubt on these three services?
services.
Uh, Sorry, like, what is mean by runtime? Is it like in Java or like
Yeah, yeah.
necessary?
For each runtime, we
Each
need
runtime we need
separate.
separate.
For each application, we
For
need
each
separate runtime.
application we need separate runtime.
Okay, like based upon our requirement, do they make a runtime available?
Yeah, we have different kinds
we
of
have
runtime
different
for
kinds
each
of runtime for each application, right?
So we'll use this.
So we'll use this.
Okay, fine.
For Java, it's
For
different.
Java it's different. For Python it's different.
Like that.
Like that.
Yeah, like yeah. Thanks for that. Another query is like, what is mean by data in the SaaS?
And data in the sense,
Data in the sense, suppose
for any application,
for any application you receive the data, right?
Suppose if you are
Suppose if you are
That will be coming under databases, right? Then the databases will be coming under infrastructure only, right?
no, we'll have that.
we'll have that
SQL as
Azure
well.
SQL as well.
Sorry.
Just a minute, I'm
Just
getting some
getting some
background.
background noise.
With me or like with
Not
someone?
I'm hearing my
I'm hearing my voice again.
Okay.
Suppose consider
Suppose consider that
Amazon
consider the Amazon application.
If your
If your Amazon has this data,
what will say?
Banu,
what will say? Suppose
Sorry.
again it is coming the background noise.
Yeah, there is more
yeah, there
background.
is more
Just a
background
minute.
noise. Just a minute.
So whenever Vansi is talking, other persons please mute. Then
Is it fine now? Hello?
Yeah, it's good.
Suppose consider that Gmail application. What are the mails which you receive is part of the data, right? Suppose if you are hosting that Google Drive, the data which you will store in that, it is also a data. Right? We can store everything in that. Is it fine or still you need other example?
Can you give me another one?
Another one like suppose if you are hosting any other application at the back end, you will have that SQL databases, right? To transfer the data or whatever the data we receive on the application. Like suppose if an user hits on the application, it is also a part of data, right? So we'll hold the data in the back end in the SQL database.
Yeah, but all those are comes under. Okay, fine. I thought like in SQL and remaining all this will coming under applications and
No, SQL is not part of
SQL
an
is not part
application.
of an application, right?
SQL database or like an SQL server management studios or like in managing applications. All those are in apps, right? Or like in applications.
SQL
SQL
holds the
will
SQL
holds the SQL on the
Server.
yeah, we'll host
That
on
will
the
be
will host
managing,
on the server, right?
that will be managing the complete database. Or like in, so that will be coming under data or like in databases.
yeah, it will come under
Yeah, it will
database
come
only.
under database only.
Yeah, even the data
Yeah,
which
even
we
the
receive
data
for the
which we
application,
receive
we
for
are
the
storing
application,
in the
we are storing in the
database.
database.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Go
Application
on.
can't maintain all
Application
the
can't
data.
maintain all the data.
Okay, fine.
I'm getting echo from
Vamsi,
someone. Yeah,
yeah, the echo is coming lots of echo from your end.
Now it's fine, right?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, do you guys have any doubt still? Shall I continue the next slides? Manoj, is it fine? You got the doubt got cleared, or still you have some doubt? Hello, Manoj, are you there?
Sorry, I was talking on mute. Yeah, fine. You can go on.
Yeah, if you want
Thanks.
other example, I can tell you that in diagram feed.
Yeah, fine. As of now, like in real proceed.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay, then.
Just don't want to eat away with them. Thanks for that.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay, then are you guys? Okay, mute a bit and then are you guys fine with that IAS pass and SAS? Can you guys please in the chat text SS if you're fine?
SMC.
Yeah, okay, fine. Still, guys, if you have any doubt, no issues. We want this session as an interactive session, not like some teacher teaching all of you. If it is like teacher and you guys are students, it won't be fine.
Yeah, could you give real-time examples like previously you told, no?
Yeah, okay, then.
Related to SaaS
Yeah, okay, then
pass.
fine. Yeah, okay, then consider the SAS as a Gmail. For Gmail, you don't need to download anything, right? I mean, like you don't need to set up the infrastructure, everything. You can use Gmail, Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, everything on your own, right? Just by the on the go, you can use that. This is the example of the SAS. Is it fine,
Okay.
Dilip?
Yeah, yeah, it would be better to give related to others.
Others mean
Infrastructure as a service.
infrastructure as a service, Dilip. We will just create a VMs. All the other things will be managed by the Microsoft, which I have showed in the slide. Here you can
I'm
see that
asking any examples related to. You told
examples.
Gmail, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Related to SaaS, like that, similar to
Okay.
other ones as well.
No, what he is trying to ask is like for SaaS, you said like
It's
Google
the
Drive,
yeah, yeah. It's the application which we use.
Dropbox,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I
all, right?
understand. Yeah.
For iOS and PaaS also, just he is asking for an
There will
example
be
for
no
both of them
applications
also.
under that IS. Why? Because we are creating the underlying infrastructure under that IAS. Suppose if you have mentioned, right, we are creating only the VMs using that IAS. Most of the services will be on that. Like suppose if you want the SQL database as well, we will create a VM. On top of that, we'll host the database, normal database. Suppose if you consider the PaaS in the Microsoft in the Azure, we'll have called web apps, where you can create the web app directly. No need to create a VM. On top of that, no need to create an application on that. No need runtime everything. With just one click, we can create the PaaS service, web apps. We'll go through in the future. You'll get to know more detail about the IAS and PaaS. We have other session coming up regarding only particularly dedicated to these things. Dilip, is it fine or still you have some more doubts?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah, going forward, we'll understand further
Yeah,
the
yeah,
PaaS
further, yeah.
services and IaaS.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
there are many other the services provided by the cloud will be different. I mean, they will be categorized as this IAS, PaaS, and SaaS. Okay, okay, guys. I'm continuing. Is there any doubt still, or shall I continue?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thanks for that. And then next our topic is cloud models. Cloud models is something which we have only three or four: private, public, hybrid, and multi-cloud. This private cloud is suppose if you consider the tech with this organization. I'll just explain everything in this. Consider this as an organization, tech with us. Here here what we will want is that all the data and everything, even we only create our own data centers. We have the data centers in only everything, all our under premise, all the data and all the security will be under our control, under only this tech with us organization. No one can access it, no one can use it. This is called private cloud. The example of the private cloud which I can provide is IBM cloud. IBM developed that cloud mainly for the internal purpose, and now they are making it as public. Even public can access this and can learn, can use that service. And the other thing which Azure provides is that they particularly host the data centers for American defense organization. American defense, they'll use the Azure, and mostly whatever the data and everything, they're restricted only to one data center, strictly for American defense only. And the other thing, public cloud, by the URL we can access all these things. Like for Azure we have portal, for AWS we have console, AWS console. Each and everything is maintained and controlled by the third party provider for this public cloud. For private cloud, we maintain everything. And the hybrid cloud, both the public and private cloud is in an interconnected environment, is called hybrid cloud. Even we can consider as on-prem and cloud both. It is part of this hybrid cloud. And the multi-cloud, if the organization use multi-clouds, like if they use Azure for some kind of services and AWS for some kind of services, then it is called a multi-cloud provider. And the next, consumption-based model. Here, what are the things which cloud provides? Consumption-based model. Here, what will happen is that we will pay only for the services which we use. Suppose if you are using an VM, we don't pay for the physical infrastructure, electricity, and security. We just pay only how much time the VM we used. There are some costs mentioned by the Microsoft in their documentation in their website. You can see that for VM, if for particular area, it may depend from area to area. Suppose in India the cost may vary. Suppose if you want to host a VM on the US, the cost may vary. But one thing, we no need to invest on the physical infrastructure. We will pay only for the resources we use, and if there is no use of the resources, we can delete it, and after that we no need to pay for that. But if you consider the on-prem, what will happen is that if you install all the servers and all the infrastructure, and if you use it for the particular time, after that if you have don't use, there may be more investment on that, and the investment the return on investment is very less. Why? Because we have set up the infrastructure and it is getting wasted. Consider this an example which I have earlier mentioned as Amazon India Festival, right? Suppose if there is more number of users, if we want to create another VM, we need to set up all the infrastructure. But now with the cloud, we can create automatically, and whenever there is no traffic, we can delete that VM automatically. And the next thing, cloud pricing. Suppose if you are the new user, as a part of new user, Microsoft provide two kinds of service, two kinds of pricings. First, for the in the Azure portal, you need to create an account with a credit card. They will provide, if there is any credit card you are using, you can use them. With that, you can create an account. You will get some $200 credit. We can use all the resources for 1 month of time. We can use other resources as well, but they are restricted. Suppose if with the credit card and with the free account you are getting the $200, if there is any VM charging $10 per hour, you can use them. But with the free services, you may not be able to access them. But on the cloud pricing, other thing is that pay as you go subscription. This is most important. Why? Because whatever we use, we'll pay for that. That's the simple meaning of this. We pay for the usage of underlying infrastructure maintained by the cloud provider, as we create cloud users using the same infrastructure. So what will happen is that because of this pay-as-you-go model, whatever resource you are creating, the upcoming startups can use this. Why? Because they don't have to invest heavily on the infrastructure, and they will pay only for what they need. And that's all, guys. I have covered this for today's session. If you guys have any doubt, we can discuss on that. Dilip, you have raised your hand, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
See, you are telling there is a free account. In documentation, there is a sandbox as well. In Microsoft Learn documentation, means with that sandbox, what means we can't access everything, or what is the difference between free account and that sandbox?
Sandbox account. I think Dilip, mostly what I heard is that sandbox is called an environment. Why? Because mostly we'll do the all kind of POCs on that sandbox environment. Suppose we have the different types of environment like dev, testing, and prod. Like that, we have a sandbox environment where we can perform our POCs on them.
Okay.
And even the sandbox is part of a BM, I think so. Even I'm not sure regarding that. Why? Because I know only the Azure account where you can use the credit card for getting $200 credit or pay as you go subscription.
Yeah, I'm using it. I'm seeing you have used 3 out of 10 like that. But I don't know whether yesterday also I used, but it is showing only 3. It is not decremented.
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
No,
I couldn't.
it is showing you have used 3 sandboxes out of 10 for today and like that. But yesterday also it is showing 3. Today also it is showing 3.
May I know what you're using on that sandbox? What you are creating? That are you creating any resources?
Yeah, I created yesterday a VM. Today I think I created a blob storage.
Intra Banu.
These things I created yesterday and today.
I think maybe using that sandbox also you can create that resources. I think so. Even I'm not sure. Why? Because I know only two kind of subscriptions. One is this free, the other one is pay as you go, and the other thing is that Visual Studio subscription. And I think there
Okay.
may be other thing available. If you have GitHub account also, you can access that service.
Okay.
And
After completing that module, it is closing that sandbox.
okay, maybe I'm
The
not.
photo I uploaded as well. After completing that module, it is not accessible.
Okay,
Like
the resources which you are creating, you are not accessible the next day. The same
no,
resources.
no, not after completing that module, it is not accessible.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'll check on that daily. But the thing which we have mentioned, right, how to create a free account and everything, will show in the upcoming classes. Why? Because we have only 1 month of time, so we need to use all. We need to practice at each guy. So we will create whenever required. We'll tell you when we want the portal. At that point of time, we can create that.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, I'm up and I'm free. You can ask your doubts. We have 10 minutes of time left still. I guess I'm mentioning again. We'll show you how to create the Azure account as well. Don't worry about it. If you have any doubts, you can paste in the chat as well. ఎరా భాను ఓకేనా స్పీడ్ కష్టపడి కంట్రోల్ చేసుకున్నా
Yeah. Another thing, are you going to use only Google Meet, or which one are you going to follow? Because yesterday it is WebEx and today it is Google Meet. No?
yesterday I think you have found some lag, right, with webex.
No, I was new to WebEx. I did not find because I joined.
Like
Yeah, there was a lag.
yeah,
There
there
was a
was a
lag.
lag yesterday, so we thought to proceed with Google Meet. We'll see if it is fine. We'll continue with this depending on our depending on how the session goes on.
Okay.
And I have one question: is it fine for all of you Google Meet, or should we need to proceed with WebEx again?
This one, see, this one good.
Yeah, fine. Even we found this is best compared to WebEx. And the other thing we forgot to mention yesterday, even I'm not sure whether Bonu have mentioned it or not. We'll provide the PPTs and we'll provide the recordings as well. Most probably we'll upload this in the YouTube channel, or we'll upload in the drive and we'll share the link.
think for today's session, for yesterday and today's session, we have completed, na?
Yeah, we'll
So
upload that. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll provide that. Sorry for
the
that.
the
Yesterday,
PPT.
yeah, yesterday PPT and
Yeah,
today's
this is
PPT
the
will share
basically.
together.
Yeah.
We'll share both of us. ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకు అవసరం లేదు వద్దులే తర్వాత చెప్దాం ఏంటి అర్థం కావట్లేదు yeah guys we are planning some hands-on and some assignments uh, so if you give some assignments you'll get the hands-on, right? Most probably we'll post everything in the WhatsApp group. I think most probably all of them in the WhatsApp, right? The group which we created. There is anyone not present in the WhatsApp group, just ping us, we'll add to that group. We'll share the PPTs as well in the WhatsApp. If you guys have any doubt, you can ask us. Even yesterday, not only today's class, even yesterday's class as well. Bon is also near me, he can explain you. If you want Bono to tell the yesterday class doubts, he'll clear you.
Another thing, Vamshi, are you going to host an application and a demo after completing these tutorials?
Yeah, we'll while explaining, we'll post everything. If we say the web app and will not show you the demo, how you learn?
Okay.
We'll explain everything and we'll show the hands-on as well, and we'll give the assignment as well. So you can do and you can share the screenshots in the WhatsApp. We can evaluate it. Or if you can do a PDF after completing the assignment, we'll evaluate. And if you got stuck anywhere, we'll help you on that.
Okay.
You can just post the doubt in the WhatsApp with a screenshot. We'll go through that screenshot and we'll explain it.
Yes.
Guys, if you have any doubts, we are still available. You can paste in the chat as well. And I have one doubt. Is it fine with the examples today, or still you need more examples?
Yeah, I think it would be better if you find real-time examples and tell.
Okay, we'll try more. We are trying to adapt. We are trying to find the small real-time examples. Most probably the next sessions we'll find only the real-time examples. Real-time examples, yeah, it's must and should for everyone. For Dilip, for some of the services we can't find real-time examples. Only those services which we can find the real-time examples, we can convey the same. Guys, if you have any doubt, we have 5 more minutes left, or not, we can close the session. And as mentioned, tomorrow or day after, maybe tomorrow we'll have a session or not. We'll update in the WhatsApp. If there is any session, most probably Saturday and Sunday will be holidays.
Another thing, Vamshi, is there any means what are the total topics going to be covered? Is there any?
If you go through the documentation, you can see some 100 to 200 services available in the Microsoft.
No. What you people are going to tell? Is there any index page like
You can
mentioning
go
all the topics?
just do one thing. Just go through the browser and search AZ900, AZ104. You'll get a PDF for the syllabus. We are following that syllabus, same syllabus.
100 AZ 900. Yeah,
AZ900. I have explained you in the first slide is right.
yeah, AZ
AZ900.
900. Another one.
AZ104, AZ400 will follow the same pattern most probably. 99% will follow the same pattern. If there is any way where we can, where we feel that it is required more, we'll add that service as well. Suppose if you consider AZ104, there is no function apps and logic apps in it. We'll consider that
Okay.
part as well. Even in AZ400, no one will explain you about the Git. They'll tell you about the Azure repos. We'll cover the Git part as well. You know Git, right? Almost all source code management tool.
No, I did not work with Git. I
Yeah,
worked on
okay,
SQL.
fine, fine.